All right, let's just jump right into it. We're going to tackle a question that, let's be honest, a lot of us are terrified to even think about. What do you do if you're around 40 and your retirement savings are, well, not what you hoped they'd be?
So let me just ask you, straight up, and I want you to be real with yourself for a second. How much do you actually have saved for retirement right now? For so many people, the answer is just not enough. Maybe you've got a 401k you haven't even looked at in years because you're afraid of what you might see. Look, life happens, right? Student loans, kids, rent, inflation, and poof, here you are. And before we go any further, I really need you to hear this. You are not too late. You haven't missed the boat. But, and this is a big but, winging it and hoping for the best isn't going to work anymore. You need a real, actual plan. And that is exactly what we're going to lay out right now. Okay, first things first. We have to rip the Band-Aid off. We've got to be honest about where you're really at, because you can't start a journey without knowing your starting point. So let's face the numbers together. No judgment. Now, check this out, because this slide shows the huge disconnect, right? The guideline you always hear from financial experts is that by age 40, you should have about 3 times your annual salary saved up. But the reality? The actual data from the Federal Reserve shows that the median, meaning half have more, half have less, for people our age is only about $45,000. So if you're looking at that guideline and feeling like you failed, you are so far from alone. You're actually right there with most people. And that's the key thing I want you to get. This is not some personal moral failing. This system is ridiculously complex. Wages have been stuck for decades while housing and healthcare costs have exploded. Most of us never got a single class on how money actually works. You didn't fail because you're broken. You were basically thrown into a super complicated game without ever being handed the rulebook. Well, today, we're changing that.
Okay, I know it can feel paralyzing. It's so easy to just put your head in the sand and say, I'll deal with it next year. But you have to understand the massive cost of waiting. Every year you delay has a real price tag attached to it. Starting now, like today, is literally the most powerful move you have.
And this chart, wow, this is why. This is the magic of compound interest in action. Let's just say you invest $300 a month. If you start at 30, by the time you're 65, that could grow to around $500,000. But if you start that exact same habit just 10 years later, at 40, you end up with about $227,000. That's a $300,000 difference for a 10-year delay. Now, you can't go back in time, but you can for sure decide that 10 years from now, you won't be wishing you'd started today. But hey, before you get totally discouraged by that last slide, let this one give you some serious hope. Think about Warren Buffett, one of the richest people on the planet. Almost all of his mind-boggling wealth, we're talking 99% of it, was built after he turned 50. So, is the game over? No way! The window is not closed, unless you're the one who decides to shut it.
So before we can build a plan to charge forward, we need to know exactly where we're starting from. This calls for a simple, no-nonsense financial audit that's going to give you total clarity.
And we're talking about calculating your net worth. Don't let that term scare you. It's super simple. It's just everything you own that has value, cash, investments, your car, whatever, minus everything you owe to somebody else, credit card, student loans, a mortgage. The number you're left with, that's just your financial snapshot today. It's a data point, not a judgment on you as a person.
And please, remember this, that number, whether it's positive or negative, it just tells the story of your past. It's your history. It has absolutely zero control over your future. Your future starts with what you do next.
Okay, here we go. This is the good stuff.
The actual roadmap to take you from feeling like you're way behind to feeling totally in control. This is the 5-step catch-up plan.
Okay, step 1, we got to put out the biggest fire first. Eliminate that high-interest debt. Credit card debt is a financial emergency, and we have to treat it like one. Step 2, max out your tax-favored accounts. And look, if you do nothing else, at least contribute enough to your 401k to get the full employer match. It is literally free money. Don't leave it on the table. Step 3, find ways to increase your income. You can only cut back on lattes so much, right? But your ability to earn more, that has no ceiling. Step 4, invest consistently. Even if it's just $50 a month to start, the habit is way more important than the amount in the beginning. And finally, step 5, protect what you're building. That means an emergency fund so a flat tire doesn't wreck your whole plan, and making sure you have basic insurance.
I know, a big plan can feel overwhelming. So let's forget the big plan for a second and just break it down. Let's turn all this knowledge into real,
concrete things you can do this week. So here's your homework, your action plan for this week. First, calculate your net worth. Just do it. Face the number. Second, pull up your credit card statements and find your single highest interest debt. That's target number 1. Third, log into your work portal and check your company's 401k match. Make sure you're getting it. Fourth, set up a small automatic investment, $50, $100, whatever. Just set it and forget it. And last, open a savings account and put $20 in it. Boom, you've started your emergency fund. These little actions build momentum, and right now, momentum is everything.
I'm going to leave you with this last one thought. Just picture it. There's a version of you at age 65, and that person is going to live with the results of what you do or don't do today. They'll either have options, freedom, and dignity, or they'll be stuck, depending on things they can't control. The choices you make right now are a direct gift to that future you. So, what are you going to choose?